breezy. Oh, it's a wee bit windy. I don't know if you can hear that. Well, I'm in the Trossachs today, deep in the heart of Rob Roy country again. I'm going for a wild camp, and it is an improving weather forecast, but at the moment it's really breezy. I'm a bit concerned. I think for the first few hours it's going to be, it's going to be a bit windy in the tent, maybe a bit troublesome trying to find a pitch. But the location I've got in mind, I've been to before, and it's really photogenic, a lovely sweeping ridge, and hopefully a wee lock-in. So, fingers crossed it calms down a wee bit, because it is blue and breezy, I tell you. Right, let's get up this hill. I've got company today as well. You'll see who in a wee while, right? Time to battle this wind.
So my company today was a fellow YouTuber, Ray, from the channel Renegade Scott, and our objective was to find a lovely wild camping spot to take some pictures and some photographs as the night went on.
Oh man, it is windy. It's so much more windy than we thought. I'm just hoping it's still forecast to die down, but it must be gusting 40 miles an hour at times. Lovely views behind me, and the cloud is lifting, but that wind isn't dropping. It's ferocious at times, so I'm hoping the location that I've got in mind for a camp spot might give a little bit of shelter, but it's on a ridge, so it's debatable. But yeah, we're just taking our time. Ray's just behind me there, and it's a tough pull, I tell you, right? Gonna crack on a wee bit and see if we can get to this camp spot, see if we can get the tents up. Let's go. Well, we've stopped here. I've got Ray behind me. It's there. We're just assessing our options. I've managed to get a signal, and the forecast changed. As opposed to the wind dying down late afternoon, it's not dying down till the early hours of the morning, and it's actually increasing in velocity to about 45 mile an hour gusts. So we're going to try and get off the ridge and maybe into this bowl over my shoulder, see if we can get some shelter down there, and see if we can find a pitch, because we'll have to do something pretty quick, because it's another couple of hours till sunset. But that is blowy. We're not going to get pitched, but we're wanting to get pitched. So let's see how we get on along here.
So the wind was a lot more ferocious than was originally forecast, and we were getting buffeted about as we headed along the ridge, so we dropped down into the corrie to try and find some shelter.
Down in the wee corrie, still quite windy here, but not as windy as it was up there, so we're sort of scouting around to find somewhere nice to pitch. So far I've got a wee bit down here behind this boulder to give us some shelter, but it's not ideal, it's a bit wet. But we'll give it a go. Ray's just up there a bit more. So time to get the tents up, see what the night brings.
So the corrie certainly provided us with quite a bit of shelter in comparison to how windy it was up in the ridge, and we set about trying to find a nice area to pitch, and I, as you saw, got a wee spot just in the lee of a big boulder, and it was quite sheltered at this point from those, at this point, westerly gales which were blowing over the top of the summit, and we were keen to get the tents up as quickly as possible, which we set about doing.
tell you, I'm glad I've got this tent up. That's, I don't know if you can hear that, but every now and again although we've come down here for some shelter, it's still a bit breezy, and every now and again there's these gusts, as you can probably tell. Gusts of wind just whizzing round the tent, so I'm glad I've got it up. I think it's going to be windy until about midnight, and then what we'll do is we'll probably just hang fire here, and then I think the plan of action is probably to try and head to the Stop of Stibinian for sunrise, where if the weather stays as it is at the moment, the forecast suggests that it'll be nice and well, lighter winds than it is at the moment, so we'll see how the morning brings. But it's about 3:15 at the moment, sun sets in about 20 minutes, so it'll be dark pretty soon. So I'm just glad we've got a pitch slightly out of the breeze. There's no way we're going to get pitched up on that ridge. As I said, the forecast wasn't to be as windy as this for as long as this, and it's changed, but that's just the way it goes. That's Scotland for you. So right, I'll go over to Ray's tent and show you where he's pitched, and yeah, I'll see you there. It's just time for the snow to start, eh? Wee bit of snow. Your tent's there, so Ray's is there. Mine's is there. It's cold. Hopefully get through tonight. I'm thinking I might have to...
After having a natter with Ray, it was time to head back to my tent, where I set about getting some tea ready. I was quite keen to get my tea up and on before it got dark, and feed myself to warm myself up because the temperature was starting to drop. After having my dinner, the wind started to really pick up. It had swung from a westerly round to a northerly, and after having a wee chat with Ray, I decided to go and hunker down in the tent for the rest of the evening and wait and see if the wind would die down any.
I hope you can see me okay, I hope it's focusing. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's windy. I'll move that away for the tent. So it's windy. Just went out to see Ray there. It's getting dark now, it's just after 5. And the wind has swung round to more of a northerly position, but we managed to get, we managed to get a signal at the top of the hill there. We did see that in the forecast, so we've managed to get when I say sheltered, it probably doesn't sound very sheltered, but in comparison to standing out there in the full gale, it's pretty sheltered. But it sounds like there's a bear rattle in the tent. So I mean, we're not in any danger. I mean, we're fine. It's just going to be a sleepless night, going out and checking the pegs and making sure everything's is okay. As I said, it is forecast to be nice in the morning. When I say nice, I mean nice, no wind, nothing. So yeah, I'm just going to chill in the tent, and I'm going to take my shoes off, might get wrapped up into my sleeping bag for a wee while, and just listen to this wind for the rest of the night. Right, I'll report back later on. Right, I thought I might do, since I will be leaving the tent and doing any astrophotography, I thought I might just go through the setup that I've got in the tent and what gear I use in this tent. This is a Scarp 1 from Tarp Tent, and I've got a Rab sleeping bag. This is a Rab Ascent sleeping bag. I have done videos on all these, I'll put links in the description about them, and that tends to keep me warm. I mean, it's pretty stormy out there in terms of the wind, It's probably below, well, it is below zero, but I've been out in colder, and this setup kind of keeps me warm. The most important part though, a lot of people ask me about the tent and the sleeping bag, which are important, but I think in terms of keeping you warm, the most important part is the ground mat. And some people use, in the winter, a 2-layer ground mat system. They'll put maybe a sort of foam layer underneath and then a ground mat on top of it. But this one that I've got is an X-Bed 9, I think. It's basically the thickest and heaviest one you can get, and it's filled with down. But that down fill actually keeps it really warm, and I find that I don't need I hope you can hear this. I find that you don't need 2 ground mats with this. This keeps me warm, and I usually when I go to bed I'll take all this off, I'll take my trousers off, and I'll just have my tights on and my base layer. I'll keep my hat on, and that usually keeps me warm enough. So that's how I keep warm in the tent. I'm just thinking of things, what else can I tell you about? Just try to while away the hours here. It's not much to do. I've been reading my Kindle. There's no signal on my phone, but that's not unusual. So yeah, I'll maybe report back with some more interesting bits to camera for you later on. And we'll see if this wind dies down, but I think it could be a sleepless night. You can hear it roaring about. You'll not hear it, but you can hear the wind. There's a bit going to hit soon. Before it hits you, you can hear it coming in. It's gusty. Yeah, so I'll report back and bore you with some more pieces to camera in a short while. For now, I'm going back to my Kindle. Back to tent cam. I'm in the sleeping bag now. My feet were getting a bit cold, the boots, so I always find taking the boots off and slipping into the sleeping bag warms my feet up. The rest of my body was fine, but I was a bit, yeah, my feet were just a bit cold. The wind hasn't really died down that much. It's maybe a wee bit. The gusts don't seem to be quite so bad, and this certainly isn't the evening that I had planned. In my mind's eye, even yesterday, the winds were meant to drop late afternoon, well, mid-afternoon really, by sunset, and I thought by the time we pitched our tents we'd be sitting round a nice wee loch-in with some nice nice views, maybe get some photographs of the tent with the summit of Stibinian and the stars behind it. It's not happened. And I'm not leaving the tent. Well, I've not left the tent yet really. I'm kind of wrapped up here now. I feel a bit bad because I was hoping to spend some time with Ray tonight, but we'll have plenty of time to catch up tomorrow. So where are we? We're on a mountain called Stibinian, and we've come into it from Inverloch Larrig, and you'll have seen me do this before. I think the majority of people that do Stibinian will do it with Ben Moore from the Glen Dochart side, but I think this side's much nicer. It's a nice sweeping ridge, and yeah, a ridge catches the wind quite intensely, as we found out earlier on. We are, at the moment, this spot here, I'll put a wee picture of the map, but we're about 900 metres, which in old money is just under 3,000 feet. And yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm just still keeping my fingers crossed for the morning. So if all goes to plan, if the weather does become a bit more benign, we'll maybe go to the top of Stibinian, which is, I don't know if I said it was the 18th highest mountain in Scotland, or maybe I can't remember. And we'll do that in the morning and maybe get a nice sunrise, who knows, but yeah, an interesting night lies ahead. And I don't know if I'll do any more pieces to camera or not. I'm not going to, unless this wind dies down a wee bit, I'm probably not going to venture outside. I'm staying in the sleeping bag, keep warm. As I said, I'm reading my Kindle, try to keep myself occupied that way. So. Not so bad now. Every now and again there's a big gust. Not as bad as it was earlier on. Still staying in here though. Going out there. My goodness. Well, as you can probably tell, by the lack of movement in the tent, just the winds just died. About 20 minutes ago, I noticed that the tent was stopped shaking, and I can still hear the roar in the background. But yeah, it's really calm now. Oh, Ray, how are you, sir? Coming to my abode. So myself and Ray have been, it's been a bit antisocial. We've been stuck away in our own tents. Because it was wild. It was gusting, I reckon. It was gusting 40, 45 at least.
Yeah, at least. I was quite concerned for a little while, especially my tent and your own, because it was fairly bucking about. It's not normal.
No.
It's not normal I camp in this kind of weather. So it was certainly a test for my wee MSR access, and but your Scarp, yeah.
It was fine, yeah. I did, as I said, I think we said it earlier on, but I did feel, I thought Ray was coming over and shaking my tent. I did feel like that, but it's unbelievable how calm it is. I mean, there's literally no wind at all now. And there's a very quickly I've noticed there's the tent's starting to sparkle, so the frost is starting to form, and yeah, the stars are out. So I think we're going to go and take some photographs, just have a play about with the cameras, and
play about for a little while.
Yeah, this is what I'd expected. Had it been like this earlier, we'd have been up there, but there was no way we could have camped up there.
No. We would have been in trouble up there.
Oh yeah, we would have been down here. I think we would have been upside down, a few tumbles down the hillside. So. Yeah, let's go and play with the camera, shall we? Let's go. Wow. It's lovely.
So we got back up and enjoyed the relatively calm conditions and got the camera set up and just spent a few hours taking some pictures of the stars in the tent. It was lovely. After enjoying about an hour of windless conditions, the breeze started to pick up again. Nowhere near as bad as it had been earlier on, but it was enough to send us back to our tents, and it was time for bed now. It was getting late, so we went to sleep, hoping for a lovely sunrise the next day. Well, good morning. It's about 6:15. Slept okay. There's no wind. It picked up again a wee bit after we'd gone out and taken some pictures last night. But yeah, as forecast the second time round, there's no wind at the moment, so I've not looked outside the tent. It is frosty. There's a layer of frost on the inside of the outer fly, and I think it'll be a cold one out there, but I'm hoping that there's going to be clear skies and we'll get a nice sunrise and we can get to the summit.
Ray's, well, I don't know if you see him over my shoulder there, heading up the hill. I'm just getting my bag ready. I'm going to join him in just a second, and we're just going to head up, hopefully for sunrise. It's cold though, oh, it's chilly. Then I'm going to come back and have some coffee, so let's get cracked on up the hill. Whew, well, here we are, well up on the ridge. I don't know if you can make out behind me. That's where we're going over there. That's the Binion, so it's still a bit of a pull up there. And yeah, a wee breeze up here is to be expected. You can see the orange glow behind me where the sun's going to come up. Probably in about an hour or so, so we've got plenty of time to get to the summit and just enjoy it. But it's lovely. It's nice to get out and about, even though I've not had my caffeine yet. Right, let's get going. Fantastic.
As you can hear, there was a little bit of a breeze on top of that ridge, but this was just fantastic walking conditions. It was clear, the dawn was coming up behind us, and the mountain was slowly illuminating in front of us, with that winding S-shaped ridge leading to the summit, and we were hoping to get up there before the sun rose. After a wee while, we were soon ascending that last steep section of Stibinian, and before long we could see the small summit cairn ahead of us. We'd reached the top in plenty of time, and a good 20 minutes before sunrise. The views from the top were just spectacular in all directions.
Oh, that's us at the summit. Just there, a Stibinian. Pretty pathetic looking summit cairn, isn't it? There's not much to it, but it's just lovely this morning. See for miles, see down over the Trossachs and other Crean Larrick hills there, and over to Ben Louis, and then just north it's very clear, you can see the Ben quite clearly, and then down Glen Dochart to Loch Tay, and the sun's going to come up over there somewhere, hopefully. So I think we're going to drop down just below the summit and try and get some shelter. But it's been lovely, it's been a hard earned summit this. As I think I mentioned when I was wittering on in my tent last night, it's the 18th highest Munro. And it's not far off, I can't remember, it's not off far off 1200 metres, maybe 1150, and we've had to work for this because we had to carry all the gear up and then withstand those gale force winds and then the frost this morning and hiking up in the dark. It's been a real adventure, so how have you found it, Ray? You enjoyed that?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and absolutely, yeah, it's been a tremendous trip.
Good trip.
Yeah, a real good adventure as always. It's just been fantastic.
It's always good to get out, isn't it?
Yes.
So check out Ray's channel, he'll have a good vlog of this as well. So Renegade Scott channel, go and check it out. And yeah, I think it's getting a bit cold up here. Let's go and get some.
Time you go.
Yeah,
time you go.
We'll go and watch the sunrise and get some shelter down here. Let's go. Woo.
So we had a bit of time and decided to drop down a little bit off the summit to watch the sunrise, and we got a lovely spot with a great view of that lovely S-line ridge winding its way into the sunrise. It was a fantastic spot. After enjoying the sun rising over the southern highlands, we took a leisurely stroll back down the ridge. It was such a lovely morning. There was blue skies and peaks you could see for miles. It was just a crystal clear morning. Absolutely lovely. So we sauntered back down to the tent.
What a stunning morning it is. We've come back off now, you can see Ray just behind me. There's the summit we were on over there. We're making our way back to the tent, so we'll get a brew on back in the tent. Look at this view. I'll spin round and we'll see what I can see. Look at that. Stunning, eh? Woohoo! 360 panorama. Absolutely beautiful. Coffee time. Woo! So I've got my coffee down there, there's Ray. Lovely morning, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's cracking, absolutely beautiful. So we'll just we'll have our coffee and then we'll strike camp and then head back down to the car. Just take our time. It's glorious. It's not too cold now with the sun out. Everything's still frosty, but it's the lack of wind. It's just lovely. Yeah, enjoy this coffee and then back.
After some well needed caffeine, it was time to strike camp, and we set about getting the tents down and packed away, ready for a hike down the hill. So tents away, it was time to put that heavy pack on, and we'd endured the steep pull up from Inverloch Larrig, the high winds the day before, and a frosty early start. But I tell you what, it was all worth it. It'd been a magical trip.